Well, welcome to another edition of Suzy's Las Vegas. Thank you for joining our show today, but first I'd like you to like, subscribe, and share, and hit the notification bell on YouTube. You'll know when we release a new show. Also, leave us a comment and let us know how we're doing. We appreciate you being here, and I have a fabulous guest today. He's been a friend of mine for a long time. His name is Shah. I'm going to let you You're going to tell him all about you. See, I'm tongue-tied. I usually do my show in the afternoon. Today I'm doing it in the morning, so I haven't had enough coffee yet. I do apologize. So hi, Shah. How are you?
Hi, Suzy. How are you? Good to see you after a long time.
Good to see you, too. Mm-hmm. So tell me about what you've been up to.
Well, it's been a while that I'm researching about some phenomena that's happening on Earth. It's my curiosity. Uh-huh. I was just reading books, and eventually I collected some information that it looks like nobody has it.
Oh, really?
So I was so excited to put them together, and eventually I wrote a book, and I started publishing them one by one, the things that I found.
Oh, wow. Well, how long have you been doing this?
Oh, it's been a while. So
yeah.
I was like about 9-10 years old when I first time heard something weird about spacecrafts, UFOs, aliens, and these kind of things. And just imagine, I'm 9-10 years old, you know.
Wow.
And then
that was maybe 5 years ago, right?
No, no. It's been a while. It's been a while. I'm more than 50 years now.
Oh, my God.
And all these 40, 50 years that I was looking for them, I was always constantly trying to learn new things about these topics.
Shah, let me ask you a question. Where's your home originally?
Originally, I'm from Iran, Persia, but because my father was a diplomat in the embassy, we used to travel a lot outside the country. Uh-huh. And so when I was 3 years old, I went to Indonesia. Wow. I was there for 4 years. I learned some languages. I learned the culture, amazing country. And then I went to Hong Kong for 4 years over there. So I learned a little bit Chinese, a little bit English over there. And I met a lot of people from different culture. And they told me stories that fascinated me, and I was a curious boy, right?
Sure.
So these things.
So that's how you got your background.
Yes,
to be able to do this.
Well, I came to the United States in 2009, and I'm a resident now in Henderson here near Las Vegas.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So you're a Las Vegas native now.
Yes, got my citizen and everything.
Oh my God, that's wonderful. Well, when we last talked, it was a couple of years ago, but you know, I'm excited. Shah is going to have he's going to be an alien event, and he's going to tell you all about what he's going to do, and he's got some books published. So tell me about, how did you get involved in alien event, and what's the other one? Oh, that's 5D events.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is so as I said, I'm a curious person, so I go to these events.
Yeah.
Whenever I have time, I find them.
Sure.
Specifically those ones that are nearby. And Las Vegas is a place that is a center of all these events. So I try to go. So about a couple years ago, I went to this event called Alien Event.
Yeah.
And there's another event right in the same place in the same time called the Biomed Expo.
Okay.
So these are all, both of them by
Do they do
company.
this every year?
They do it every year in Vegas.
Oh, wow.
So
I didn't know that.
So last year I had a chance to meet the CEO of that company.
Okay.
And his name is Mr. Farman. And he invited me to to come to this event and talk about the things that I found.
Okay. And when is it going to be?
This is on October 17th to 20th.
And where is it going to be?
It's going to be in Alexis Park Resort here in Las Vegas.
Okay. What time? If our viewers want to go see this, what time does it start? What time does it end?
So the event starts on Thursday, the 17th at around 2 o'clock.
Okay.
And they usually open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay.
And so I'm going to have a booth over there. If anybody wants to come and ask some questions, I'm going to be more than happy to answer.
Okay. And what does it cost to go to this?
The parking is free, and also to come to the exhibit hall, the saloon, that's also free. Okay. So everybody can come in and join. and talk with the vendors and all those speakers. Meanwhile, there are some events going on inside, and those ones you need to get the tickets.
Okay.
And the tickets varies. It depends on the show. I think they're like about $169 per person for that day. Like that. But they have some beautiful actually events in the evening. They have some dancing, some
all kinds of fun stuff.
karaoke, and this kind of entertainments, buffet in the evening that has its own cost, but it's
really?
Amazing.
It is. It's really nice. Wow. Well, that sounds pretty good. It really does.
It is.
So literally they can go check it out, and then if they want to get involved in other stuff, they can, buy for extra, correct?
Well, there's a website called alienevent.com.
Okay.
That you can go to there and just check all the speakers. You can go and look at the tickets, the prices, and get some information about each one of those events.
Okay.
And that will be
Do
very
a lot of
useful.
people show up for this?
Yes. Last year
over
it
the
was
world?
packed.
Yeah, I'll bet.
It's international, so you have speakers from Canada, from other places that they're joining, and they have fascinating stories to talk about.
Well, you have a fascinating story too. You've got 2 books that Shah published. So tell us about your books, about the square, Sha'Z
Square.
Yeah.
Yes. So since I'm from Middle East, I read a lot of stories and a lot of actually information. Collected a lot of information about some.
Here's Shah's book right here that we're talking about. And
constructions
the author,
over there. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. There's some some amazing ziggurats. There's some amazing Egyptian pyramids and structures like that they're very important. The importance for many years was how they built that. Eventually, I found out that they're not only important in the place, but they're also important in their connections between them. So it looks like there's a mathematical, actually, relationship between their locations, besides their shape, besides their construction. Eventually, I put them together, and a portion of that research is published in this book. It's called Sha'Z Square. So fascinatingly, I found 3 ziggurats that specifically are in that area, that they are 3 corners of a square. So then I looked for the 4th one. I did not find another ziggurat, but I found the carving on the rock, and that is exactly on the 4th corner of this area.
Wow.
So that's why, because they created a shape, and it looks like a square.
Yeah.
So I named this book as a Sha'Z Square.
Yeah.
It's some sort of like the Bermuda Triangle, that is like triangular area, and it's mysterious.
Oh, wow.
This one is a triangle. This is like a squarish, and it's very fascinating that even they're far away from each other, and each building was constructed in different era, I can tell, but they created a specific shape when you zoom out from Earth, and you look from the top, and it's amazing.
Where did you find this? Where is it located?
2 of these buildings, Ziggurat Ur and Ziggurat Dur, is in Iraq.
Okay.
And Ziggurat Zambil is the largest one. I think it's the most important one. It's in Iran.
Okay.
And the 4th one that I was talking about, which is in Kermanshah, and the name of that is Takbostan.
Takbostan.
Yeah, they have different names.
How old were you when you started getting involved in this?
Well, I worked for a company. There was a college in Iran.
Okay.
And that college was about touring and tourism.
Okay.
So I was a manager.
That's quite
there.
interesting. Yeah.
So I was traveling with those teams, and I was one of the managers. I was the IT manager in that time. And so I was traveling with them with different actually places.
Yeah.
And that's how I got involved and fascinated about these structures and buildings. They were big, huge, and precisely measured and built.
When were they built? How long ago?
They're like about 1,500 years ago, 2,500.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah. But they were precise back then.
Very precise. Very precise.
Wow.
And what a lot of things over there is happening that amazes and baffles our scientists right now.
Oh, I believe you.
Yes.
It baffles me. Precise, and it was
Yes.
built perfectly. Wow.
Yes.
Well, so that's how you started. You started with that, and what evolved, Shaw, after that? I'm going to ask the questions. Why
So
not?
I just
Yeah.
expanded my research from that area to other areas.
Okay.
And I noticed that, for example, the Talk Bustan that I was talking about is
Yeah.
in Iran, is in Kermanshah.
Yeah.
It has the same distance to the Egyptian pyramids in Giza as it has to the Mecca.
Wow.
Mecca is the place in the Kaaba, the black square, which
Yes.
is built by Abraham. It's
Right.
been actually rebuilt by Abraham. I could not find a main source of that, but interestingly, their distances to the Talk Bustan is the same. They have same distances, and I found
How
these kind of
interesting.
relationships between other places in Paris, other places in South America, like Peru.
Well, it was almost like everybody tuned into this
Yes.
same thing. I mean, this is really quite amazing.
And these are not theories; these are facts.
They're real.
You can
Yeah.
measure them. Everybody can go home and pull up some of these new softwares like Google Earth,
Yeah.
for example.
I love Google Earth. I really do. I use it all the time.
You can
Yeah.
easily do the same measurement and come up with the same conclusion.
Wow.
It,
Well, okay, so you did that. Now, tell me, how did you get from Iran to Las Vegas? We all want to know that one.
yes, of course.
Do we have some strange things going on here?
Amazingly, yes.
We do, don't we?
That's fascinating because one of the topics that I was very actually engaged with, trying to read the stories,
Sure.
was the Bermuda Triangle.
Bermuda Triangle. Okay, I've always been fascinated with that.
I have
really
friends that
have.
they traveled there, but when they came back, they say, "Hey, Shah, I did not disappear." So but
I'm going to Bermuda in a couple weeks.
You're going there?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, actually, we're leaving 3 weeks from today.
Amazing, yes. One of my friends, Christine, actually, she went there and she brought a shirt for me, which named Bermuda Triangle, because
Yeah.
she knew how actually fascinated I am and how interested I am in this topic.
Yeah.
The problem is, first of all, is that why some airplanes and ships disappear while others don't.
Correct. Why?
It's a
That's
very
what
big-
your second book here.
Yes.
Okay. You're going to show them that one.
Yes, this is starting from
Everybody will be
this
interested.
book is not talking about the Bermuda Triangle and this part. This is part one of Shaw's Mystic Lines and Areas. Okay, so I started from the land of United States. And the smallest area that is very actually spooky, I can say.
Yeah.
A lot of amazing things are happening there. Is called the Bridgewater Triangle.
Okay.
It's in the southern part of Massachusetts, and it's right by the city Boston. But Boston is not involved, but it's near that.
Near there.
Yes, it's the eastern side of that. And this small area.
Is it out in the water?
No, it's not.
It's not?
It's not.
Oh, I would think triangle.
It's land. So if you're traveling in that area, you might confront with some amazing, actually spooky.
So tell me
setting.
some of the things that have happened there. We all want to hear this.
Well, I found some of them that much more interested than the other stories because I know exact time. It's been
Right.
released the exact time and exact location.
Okay.
So I have the coordinates and I have the time, right?
Okay.
So that's what it's interested me. So I put
of
them
course.
down and I pinpointed on the map, and I started looking at them through the lens of geometry, and I found some relationships which really fascinate me. You know, in geometry, the most basic thing that I can tell is a line.
Yes.
You know, spot and a line.
Correct.
A line has a starting point and an end point, and it's straight, right? That's it. The second shape is a circle. And the third one is a triangle, and then you have a square, and it gets complicated, right? But the main three things, I put them, and I found a lot of lines and relationships between the locations of these incidents.
Wow.
One of these locations, as they're talking about, is actually a school.
A school.
A school that's, yes, it's now like a haunted school.
A haunted, okay.
Have you heard about
No,
a
I
haunted
haven't,
school?
but I want to hear about it.
We heard about haunted houses, but
Yes,
not
a
haunted
haunted
school.
school.
Yes, they
What
say this.
happened in that school?
Well, sometimes people who pass by, they hear noises that looks like the school is still on, and we have kids running around, and we have teachers. And then even in one case, it's been reported that this lady went by the window and looked through the window, and she saw that there are kids around inside the school playing with the teachers, books, papers, everything. And when she come out, she reports that to the police station, and they say that's been abandoned for a long time. They sent some, actually dispatched some police officers. They went in, it was deserted, nobody was there.
Wow.
And this lady was looking like, I saw them.
Yeah.
They were there playing right in front of me.
Yeah.
Things like that. There's another road, for example, over there. There's a hitchhiker, actually, place. There, they say that there is a ghost kind of thing appears and disappears there.
Wow.
And when this appears, people see it, right? For example, you're riding your car,
Sure.
and you see somebody waving a hand to give a ride, and you stop by, and you look around, there's nobody there. It just vanished. And in some cases, you stop by, and that figure is inside your car, in the back seat, on the back seat, sitting and just looking at you, and again disappears. The fascinating thing is that they all look the same.
How look the
They
same?
all look the same, like the way the person is. So it's your first time you go, you never heard about this, and then suddenly you
It
see
must
somebody
scare the
raising
hell out of you, in
hand.
plain words.
What can you do? The question is that we always hear these things about these stories that happen to others, and we
Right.
think it might never happen to us.
Right.
And when it happens, then that gets a little
Oh,
bit
yeah.
different.
Well, there's, what is there, stories all over the country? So that was over in Boston. So Lake Michigan, what happened there? This is all part of the book.
The second chapter of my book is about Lake Michigan. Over there, we have much more fascinating stories, a little
Okay.
different. For example, in the Bridgewater Triangle, we hear stories like a Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. We hear stories about the giant birds that are flying around, and we hear stories about huge snakes that just in the forest over there. But in Lake Michigan, we don't hear these things, but we hear that people disappear.
Oh,
They just vanish.
well, that might be just a tad worse, don't you think?
One story that is very popular over there is this captain of in a ship
Yeah.
that they're traveling, and then he gets tired because of the trip, and he tells everybody that he's going to go to his cabin and take a nap. After 3 hours, just come and wake him up because they're going to get close to the
Right.
border. So after 3 hours, one of these crew members goes over there, knocks the door. The door is locked from inside, and there's no passage to escape from that room. There's no other way. So it's locked from inside, but nobody's answering. So he keeps on knocking, and then they get worried. They break in, and as to their surprise, there's nobody there, not even the captain. Until today, they don't know what happened to the captain, and they have no clue. So did he
Fall overboard? Did he?
pass through the wall?
Yeah.
I don't know. Nobody knows.
Wow.
There's no escape path over there. They
Okay.
checked. It's a small cabin. That's one scenario.
Okay.
I'm sure that you don't want to be the next
No.
person to travel and get disappeared. Another one is this young boy. He's 23 years old, and he likes to ski. He's a student.
Okay.
So he goes near Lake Michigan in the, I believe it was the eastern part of that.
Okay.
And he goes to ski, right?
Uh-huh.
But he doesn't show up back home.
He doesn't
So
come back home?
He doesn't come back home, and they get worried. They go with all the search that they did. They only found a few actually personal items and a little bit footprint that just goes nowhere and just disappeared. That's it. They did a huge search. They didn't find him. So after weeks, they announced him deceased and dead, and they get a ceremony, everything. The family was so upset and mourn and things like that. After like a year after, even more than a year, about 14 and a half months later, this boy just suddenly wakes up on his grass. His face was on the grass. He just wakes up, and the last thing he knows that he was skiing. So he was skiing, and suddenly he's on the grass in a park 700 kilometers away. It's about, if I'm not wrong, it's about 660 miles away. That's about 440 days away. He doesn't remember anything in this time.
Wow.
What happened?
Oh my God.
How he got there. And so,
This is a
interestingly,
page turner. You're going to keep reading this book, aren't you?
believe me, my friends could not put it down. The
No.
book. So he found himself in that city, but when he asked, he was so surprised.
He had never
and
been there before.
He had been there. It was his father's actually city. So he goes and finds his father's house, and he knocks the door, and to his father's surprise, he was right there, safe and sound, healthy, everything good. Just say, "Hi, Dad, what happened?" This is another story. So let me give you another one.
You're dabbling in the unknown, aren't you?
Yes.
If something happens to you, then we'll know one of these people got mad about you telling all this.
Let me tell you one more story. We all heard about this unfortunate flight, the
Yeah.
Malaysian MH370. That's in
Correct.
Malaysia.
Yeah.
So
What
this
happened
flight
there?
just suddenly disappeared, right?
Yes.
Did you know that we have such a thing in the United States?
No,
Oh my God.
we do.
Flight 2501. This was flying in a very normal day in this Lake Michigan, and
Okay.
right about an hour before he lands, he just radios that, hey, everything is good. The clock is like about 1 a.m. To be precise, it's 1:13 a.m. and he will land in like a few minutes or few hours, whatever, 1 hour. And that's it. That was the last time they heard about this
The
airplane.
plane disappeared.
Completely disappeared, and without any trace, with all the effort that they did, searched the whole area. Until today, they didn't find nothing. 58 passengers about
They disappeared.
disappeared. And they stopped talking about it. I don't know why. Nobody's searching. That's in that area. Anyways, a lot of mysterious things are happening. Let me tell you one thing in common between these two.
Okay.
Both of them happen in 1 a.m. at the same time.
1 a.m.
Both of them.
1 a.m. in the morning.
So, 1 a.m. in the morning, both of them. Malaysia Airlines.
I'm going to be sound asleep, and I'm going to pull the covers over my head, and I know where I'm going to be. I'm going to be in bed. at
So if
1
you're
a.m.
traveling next time and
Yeah.
your flight somewhere is traveling, and during the time it's going to be 1 a.m. and you're in the sky, start praying probably.
We fly to Europe a lot, Steve and
See?
I. Yeah. Now you're going to make me think about this, aren't you?
So there are a lot of commonalities between
Wow.
these flights.
Wow.
So that area, the Lake Michigan area, interestingly, I found a lot of actually mathematics involved in that. So people, not me, people assigned three cities that most of the incidents are happening inside that triangle.
Yeah.
But when I pinpointed on the map, I found other dots that are outside of that. So with mathematics, I started to look at them, and I found fascinating information and
Wow.
relationships between them, that they're like, one of the most actually disastrous flights was in that area.
Really?
It's in Michigan. And the airplane, right at the moment that it was going to take off, it crashed down. And it killed all the passengers. That was a very disastrous, actually, event that happened over there.
Wow.
And that location is one of the locations that's been actually pinpointed, and I found relations in between. Amazing.
Wow.
The third one that is in my book, which is the most exciting one, is the Nevada Triangle.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay, now we're going to talk.
Now we're going to talk. Oh my God. I know you're going to talk about
Yeah.
this. This Nevada Triangle is the area that they say a lot of mysterious things happen. This is the largest area in the United States land, in the mainland, I mean. We have
Okay.
other areas like Alaska Triangle, we have Bermuda Triangle, but they're not on the mainland. These three that I'm talking about, the Bridgewater Triangle, Lake Michigan Triangle, and the Nevada Triangle, are on this land. So it starts from Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, luckily.
Okay, North. Good. Stay over in North Las Vegas. Okay.
But it's not the specific location. It's
Yeah,
not
that's where
it's
it
the area.
starts. Okay.
So the whole city is involved.
All of Las Vegas.
All of Las Vegas.
Okay.
And it goes all the way up to Reno and turns and goes to Fresno. That's what they say.
Okay.
So I put it on the map and again try to pinpoint all those things that happened. One of the things that happened was Mr. James Fawcett, who disappeared. I think it was 2004. He was very well known. They couldn't find him. And after 2 years, they found the place of the airplane. It took them 2 years, but that was a very actually unfortunate event. And we have other stories that they're interesting. So when I came to the United States, that was one of the areas I started looking at, right?
Sure.
I found that more than 2,000 airplanes has been disappeared in that area in the last 50, 60 years. That's what they say.
In
this area.
In the Nevada Triangle. Okay.
The problem is not that. What baffles scientists is that at the first they thought that the weather is actually responsible for this because of wind. It might be responsible for a few of these airplanes, that they're light and they're not that heavy, they're not very big.
Right.
But what about these military airplane that they disappeared?
No. Well, yeah.
One of them
Wow.
crashed in here in Mount Charleston, for example, and they found the fusage over there, but it would disappear from the radar for a while. So a lot of these things are happening in this area. And this area is fascinating because it's, according to my book, it's not just the land of airplanes that disappear, it's also land of people that disappear. So with the
You mean
research,
the mob wasn't involved in this? No. Okay.
it's very interesting, right?
Yeah, it is.
So we have people disappearing all over the world,
Yeah.
and many of them disappearing in the United States. It looks like normal, right? But the problem is that the way they disappear, that they could not be found, that's strange. And
yeah.
we have a person who is researching amazing research. I'm not going to bring his name because I don't have any
Proof.
proof.
Yeah.
No, not any proof. I don't have any, what's it called? I don't know, I have
Evidence?
to talk to evidence.
Evidence.
But
Yeah.
anyways, he has a lot of evidence. He collected a lot of information, and he
Yeah.
pinpointed on the map of the United States, and he came up with clusters or areas that people disappear the most. And the largest clusters, not the first one, I think it's all three of them, are in Nevada, and the largest one is in Nevada Triangle, is in
Wow.
northern part.
So there's the Nevada Triangle.
Yes, and interestingly, we have this Area 51 also that is in half of this.
Well, I
is in
hear
Nevada
people talk
Triangle.
about Area 51, but I really don't know that much about it. So have you
It's
researched
a military
that too?
place that they are researching, and there is a scientific place, military, and they say that the testing for atomic bombs and these kind of things has been done
Right.
over there. But besides that, many people say that, I don't have any evidence, but this is what I've been heard about, that the Roswell incident, when it happened, the UFO crash, they brought parts of that UFO into that area.
Yes.
And there's a place called, I think, S4, that's what they're talking about.
S4.
And they say that
Okay.
there's a parking for these crashed crafts. So they put the crafts over there to reverse engineering and try to learn from them. That's a rumor. Anyways, it's forbidden to go there for regular people, of course. And I always respect the military that doing this kind
Right.
of research. That's
Absolutely.
how our country is safe. And if we are talking freely here, it's because of the security that we have
Sure.
by the military.
Right.
Thanks for all these people.
Well, yes, thank you
Of
for your
course.
service. Absolutely.
But the thing is that this area and S4 are in this Nevada Triangle.
Wow.
Did they knew or the accident happened? I have no clue. But what I did is that when I pinpointed these things together, I found that I need to make small change. So instead of Reno in the top, I went 50 miles higher. I pinpointed that corner over there, and this gave me a new triangle, which is two of the corners are the same. The third one, which was Reno, is now a little bit higher. And when I put it over there, now everything connects.
Oh,
So
wow.
it looks like there's mathematically connect. What's fascinating is at the conclusion of this book is that the center of the Bridgewater Triangle, the Nevada Triangle, and the Lake Michigan Triangle, the centers are on a straight line. That means that Let me show you in this picture here.
Oh,
I don't know
my
if you can see it or
goodness.
not.
Yes.
All three of them are on a straight line.
Yes.
I call it Sha'Z principal line. And interestingly, although the Bridgewater Triangle is very small and the Nevada Triangle is big, but in the middle, the Lake Michigan Triangle fits exactly in the middle on that actually size. So the
Wow.
proportion is also the same. And the third one is that their distances, they have equal distances. So I found some equal distance, about 400 miles.
Wow. Wow. You know what, Shah? We just talked for a half hour.
Yes.
And this is so amazing.
Yes.
I've got to have you back on a show again. I really do, because you've left me speechless. I don't know about you guys, but I'm speechless. Some of the things that he's telling me about, I mean, it's just amazing. So what I want you to do is check out Alien Event, October 17th to the 20th. It's at the Alexis Park Hotel. And Shah, will you promise to be back on a show so we can have part two of this?
Of course, anytime, anything for you.
I love catching up with you. I really do.
If you want some information, if your audience wants some
Yes.
information about me, you can visit my website at ancientmysteriesdecoded.com. It's ancientmysteriesdecoded.com, one word. Or you can go to my personal website, which is the same. It says ShahrokHZadeh.com. They're both linked to the same page, and you can get more information over there and how these things are involved. And I hope to see you at the event.
Thank you so much for coming. I mean, this is this is the fastest half hour I've ever done in my life. I think I've been shocked at everything that he's been talking about. But anyways, I want to thank you. That's our episode for today. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell on YouTube so you'll know when we release a new show, and leave us a comment. Let us know how we're doing. Thank you for being here. That's our show. Bye.